Warning, the following video may contain adult language and themes. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. If you have a problem with this, stop playing this video now. Okay, so another fight's coming up here versus Odlanier Solis and Tony Thompson. Now, I can't remember what I predicted, I don't I don't remember what I predicted for this one, but I guess I'm going to be revising my prediction, I guess. I don't think anybody's going to get knocked out in this fight. I honestly don't. I think this fight is going to go the distance. How many rounds is it? It's 12 rounds. I just don't really see Tony Thompson knocking out Odlanier Solis. And Odlanier Solis, in my opinion, has a very good chin. Tony Thompson has got a good chin too. I believe, who'd he been? He didn't knock down. He was knocked down by David Price. He's knocked out by Vladimir Klitschko twice. But I don't think Odlanier Solis is the Vladimir Klitschko type power puncher. I think a lot of people actually went the distance with Odlanier Solis that shouldn't have. Like, I believe someone named, what was his name? It was like, God, what was his name? It was, God, what the fuck is that guy's name? I can't remember it right now. But he's like, I think his name's like, it's a really goofy name, and he's a journeyman, and he almost went the distance with Odlanier Solis, which in my opinion proves that Odlanier Solis is just not a power puncher. What was his name? Chauncey Welliver. Ah, that's that. And he's like a fat fuck. I don't know if he's called like the Hilliard Hammer. I don't know if Dwyer is fucking interested in this guy because he's fat. He's underestimate the fat fatties. But anyway, like, yeah, Odlanier Solis went quite a ways with that guy. And yeah, he did technically knock Welliver out. Like, it was a technical knockout. It was stopped or something. But Welliver never went down. Welliver, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't see Odlanier Solis knocking out Tony Thompson. I think Tony Thompson's going to be too awkward for Odlanier Solis. Odlanier Solis has, maybe Thompson will land on Odlanier Solis. I cannot, God damn it, his name is hard to say over and over and over. But anyway, I think that Tony Thompson may land on Odlanier Solis hard, but Odlanier Solis does have a pretty good chin. Unless he, like, gets all staggy-legged again and falls down and twists his ankle or some shit like that. Which, aside from that, I don't think Tony Thompson's going to knock him out. So I see this fight going the distance. Now, who do I think is going to win this fight, though? I've already told you how I think it's going to end. Who do I actually think is going to win? Let's see. I think that it's taking place in Turkey, I believe, Istanbul, Turkey, and so I guess it's neither of these guys' backyard. It's for the vacant WBC International Heavyweight title. I want to roll with Thompson, but I just have like no confidence in him anymore. Now, my thoughts on the Kubrat Pulev fight. I thought Thompson was there just to pick up a beta. And you want to know why? I mean, it's not that hard to figure out. Thompson took that fight, like, immediately after the David Price Wars. You never do that. You just don't do that. Like, what fighter would do that? Take a fight, like, let me go look at Tony Thompson for a second. But he took it, like, only, like, less... I mean, everybody should have called that Tony Thompson was going to not win that fight. Because, look, he took it, like, he fought David Price on the 7th month, like the beginning of the 7th month, and like less than 2 months later, he fought Kubrat Pulev, like a ranked contender, a really highly touted fighter. It's like, come on, you don't do that quickly. Like, I think we all should have known that Tony Thompson was just there for a payday. I mean, that's why I don't have confidence in Tony Thompson anymore. I think he knows he's over the hill. Is Tony Thompson going to be the next Big George Foreman? I can't tell that. Damn it. Oh. Gonna get me a cheeseburger, or I can't tell. Anyway, we all think he's gonna be the next George Foreman and be an old ass motherfucker to get a title. I don't think so. I think Tony Thompson's washed up. I think he doesn't have the limelight. The promoters, box promoters, and all that shit just don't give a fuck about him anymore because he's so fucking old. He's already had his shot. I really just don't think. Odlanier Solis, on the other hand, is pretty young, and I think Odlanier Solis going into this is going to be about 10 years older than Thompson. So that's a pretty disparaging age gap there. You know what? I think Thompson should win this fight, but will he? I don't think so. I don't think he will. I think Odlanier Solis, I think we'll see the Tony Thompson we've seen in so many other fights where he's just cruising through, just doesn't give a fuck, and will get decision by Odlanier Solis. Honestly, that's how I think it's going to go. I'm going with Odlanier Solis by decision, not because I think he's better than Thompson, but because I think the fire's gone out of Thompson. He's not in it anymore. He's just in it for paydays, to hype other fighters, and just pick up some more paychecks. And on another side note, there's been a lot of controversy over whether Deontay Wilder is involved in a dive controversy, and it just kind of astonished me, though, that Deontay Wilder will never get people's respect, it seems like. No respect, I get no respect, my wife said, I'm fighting Deontay Wilder next week, and I said, why, honey? She says, well, we need the money, and I think it would pass off as, I don't know, fuck, I can't do Rodney Dangerfield. But anyway, I just don't think, Deontay Wilder's ever going to get the respect he deserves. Was it a dive? I don't know. Some people were saying that, maybe Malik Scott was knocked down. I think it was Hatman that said maybe Malik Scott was knocked down, and maybe he just wasn't. And then, he said something like, Malik Scott fell down, or something. That's for sure. But the question is, was he paid to not get up, or did he just not want to get up because he didn't have the heart? Well, if he was paid to not get up, that's a dive. That's blatantly corruption. But if he didn't have the heart to get up, that's not really Deontay Wilder's fault. You know what I mean? If you're gonna do that, then you might as well say, well, then Oliver McCall, when he quit that fight with Lennox Lewis, he threw that fight. Then should we discredit Lennox Lewis? Oliver McCall pretty much gave up. He said, or better yet, Tor Hammer gave up against Andy Ruiz Jr. Are we going to say he threw that fight because he didn't have the heart to continue? Same thing with Malik Scott. Malik Scott gave up. If you're going to entertain the thought that Malik Scott gave up, because he didn't have the heart, not because of monetary issues, then that's pretty much the same thing. So that's not really a dive. It's more just Deontay Wilder's a scary motherfucker, and he can intimidate you to no end and make you want to quit. But I don't know. Honestly, I'm honestly sort of leaning towards that maybe Deontay Wilder rattled him a little and knocked him down. Maybe Malik Scott wasn't hurt, but yeah, maybe he just gave up. Maybe Malik Scott was just didn't have enough heart to continue or something. I think that may be a logical explanation, but let's not act like it's corruption in that case, because it's not really. It's more just Malik Scott being fucking scared and not wanting to continue, which you shouldn't discredit Deontay Wilder then, because what? Tor Hammer gave up against Andy Ruiz Jr. Should we discredit Andy Ruiz Jr.? No. He was intimidated by Andy Ruiz Jr. and didn't want to continue, so I think that credit should go to Andy Ruiz Jr. for being intimidating and being scary and a scary motherfucker. Just like credit should go to Deontay Wilder for being intimidating and knocking down. But, if Malik Scott was paid to lay down, then yeah, I guess. But who knows? No one really knows. I don't know. I just... here's the thing. If Deontay Wilder fights, Chris Arreola, I believe he's going to fight Chris Arreola or Bemain soon. And after that, come on, people. You gotta give him some respect, man. After that, come on. It's like, unless, Deontay Wilder's never gonna be free of criticism. I swear to fucking God. Stiverne's probably gonna win against Chris Arreola and knock Arreola out, or decision Arreola again, and then Deontay Wilder's gonna walk through Bemain Stiverne, and people are like, oh, Bemain Stiverne dived. Come on. Deontay Wilder's a paper champion. He is a paper champion if he does win that, but come on, people. People are still acting like he's back in his Dustin Nichols days. Anyway, but yeah, that's just my whole thoughts on that. Yeah, so just a little side rant there, but yeah, I think Odlanier Solis should win this by decision. We'll see. I don't know. I just don't think Tony Thompson has the heart left in him. And he doesn't really care. Anyway, okay, take it easy. Bye.